Thank you for staying with us, everyone. Honorable Leo Ogo has been in our Abuja studio as a minority leader of the House of Representatives, while Benga Onitilo is with us here in the Lagos studio. Social commentator Waken Okolibo is talking to us via Skype in Delta State. Let me quickly go to our Abuja studio where Honorable Ogo has been talking to us. A lot of people will say that it might be a shaky and a rocky start, especially it is a start actually the first financial year of his administration, the life of Buhari administration. But then with the outlook of things and what we are seeing on the street, do you think, from your party's point of view, you've been in the House of Representatives for a while now, do you see light at the end of the tunnel for some of the issues the nation is facing right now?
Well, let me say that there is always light at the end of the tunnel, mostly when you plan properly. The essential aspect is that you saw how the budget came in. The budget was really a document that was not properly packaged, and it was our core responsibility to see how we can dot the I's and cross the T's. But my concern, agreeing to the fact that the government had decided to, see how they can borrow to fund the deficit. You see, to achieve this objective, which I think is not a bad step, there must be policies that will take us out of this wood. The concept or the ideology of trying to diversify the economy is important. And when you look at the agricultural sector vis-a-vis the budget presentation, you couldn't see anything to show that this is a government that was prepared to probably diversify the economy. And look at the mineral resources. The sector, which is actually a very important sector, where we are saturated with various kinds of mineral resources. In this country, nothing, and I said nothing, was even made in respect of the budgeting. You just saw a Pt.3 sum of about 3-point-something billion. Compared to a sector you intend diversifying into, you definitely must put your money where your mouth is. And I think, these are the important aspects that we must collectively look at. But the government need to come out with some very, very clear policies so that we can collectively set targets in line with these policies. We will look at these policies together. And where these policies probably didn't meet their objective, it is our collective responsibility to analyze it. Because I keep saying that the success of the government is our collective success, because nobody will want any government to fail. But the government must have a direction. And when I say direction, it must be prepared to take people out of the wood, because already the oil price is dwindling. And there must be policies, clear agricultural policies, that should be able to provide food on the table, give us the export potential, but you can't see them. So, I hate to adopt this stopgap approach, because what I keep saying is that, please, come up with clear policies so that we can collectively measure these policies. Then we know where these policies are going to take us in the next 1 year, or in the next 2 years, and when we look at these policies, we can collectively, look at the various yardsticks in these policies and implement them together. But when we just wake up and say, we will do this, we will do that, we will provide this number of power, without planning for it, I mean, if you don't plan, how do you achieve this objective? But like I said, we have done everything to pass the budget, and we wait on the government to implement the budget so that, we can collectively achieve the objective of the budget. But I sincerely insist that government should come out with some level of policies that will take all of us out of this world, because I have not seen any economic policies in line with what this government is doing. I agree to the fact that they started on a very wrong foundation, probably not expecting that things would turn out the way they went. But I believe that there must be some clear economic teams that must be able to tell us that in the next 1 year, this is where we are going to get Nigeria to. And if we don't achieve those, we need to look at them, go back to the drawing tables, analyze them clearly, and then move forward. Because everybody needs Nigeria.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Ogo. Just for a moment, let's come to the Lagos studio, the minority leader of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Leo Ogo, talking to us. Do you agree with some of the things that is said? Does the government look like having a clarity in its economic direction based on what you've seen analyzed in this budget?
Well, based on the appropriation from the budget, and it's pretty clear that there is no definite direction in terms of what is allocated to certain ministries. For example, if you look at the Ministry of Works, Power and Housing, which I believe power is one of the major drivers of the economy. And if you see the paltry sum allocated to the ministry, about 422 billion allocated to the 3 ministries, and you have some key infrastructural deficits, and you have some key outstanding deficit for contractors like factually as highly related. It shows definitely there is a disconnect. There's no synergy between what we have in the budgets and what the government is planning to achieve. Also, the government have been shouting so much about diversification. If you really look at Nigeria's GDP, it looks structurally the country is diversified to an extent, but the core of our earning or revenue still comes from the oil sector. But the challenge now is this.